The distress signal. Captain Amelia Chen stood on the bridge of the ESA Horizon, watching the stars streak by in the viewing port. 3 years into their deep space exploration mission, and they had charted 17 new solar systems, catalogued over 200 planets, and made exactly 0 contact with intelligent alien life, which made the signal they'd picked up 6 hours ago all the more extraordinary. "Run the analysis again," she ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Lieutenant Davenport nodded, his fingers dancing across the holographic interface. "Results unchanged, Captain. The signal contains mathematical sequences too complex to be random noise, with repeating patterns that suggest artificial origin. It's definitely not one of ours." Chief Science Officer Raman leaned forward, her dark eyes reflecting the blue glow of the screens. The signal originated from the Cetus arm, approximately 4.2 light-years beyond our current position. Whatever sent it used a form of quantum communication we've theorized, but never successfully implemented. "Meaning whoever sent this is more advanced than us," Amelia concluded, running a hand through her short black hair. "What's the content?" "That's the thing," Raman said, pulling up a visualization of the signal pattern. "It's not just mathematics. Our AI interpreter identifies elements consistent with distress protocols. Someone out there is asking for help." The bridge fell silent. Earth Command's directives on potential first contact were clear. Observe, report, but do not engage without explicit authorization. A process that could take months even with their faster-than-light communication relays. "Send the data packet to command," Amelia said finally. "But plot a course to the signal's origin. We'll maintain a safe distance when we arrive. Observation only." "Captain," her XO, Commander Jackson, spoke quietly. "Command might order us to avoid contact entirely." Amelia met his gaze. "Then we'll have to respond promptly to those orders when they arrive, won't we? Until then, we follow standard exploration protocols." 3 days later, the Horizon dropped out of FTL at the coordinates of the mysterious signal. What they found made even the most stoic crew members gasp. A massive ship, easily 10 times the size of their vessel, drifted in space. Its design was unlike anything human engineers had ever conceived, with sweeping organic curves and materials that seemed to shift between solid and translucent. But most shocking was the state of the vessel. Large sections were torn open to vacuum, and strange, dark crystalline growths protruded from the wounds like parasitic infections. "Life signs?" Amelia asked, standing from her captain's chair. "Faint readings throughout the central section," Davenport reported. "Atmosphere is being maintained in approximately 40% of the vessel." "We're receiving a new transmission," Communication Officer Patel announced. "It's transforming. I think their systems are adapting to our language parameters." The main screen flickered, and an image appeared that caused several crew members to take an involuntary step back. The being had a vaguely humanoid shape: 2 arms, 2 legs, a central torso. But the similarities ended there. Its skin was iridescent, shifting colors with each movement. 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern blinked independently, and what might have been a mouth opened to reveal not teeth but small, vibrating tendrils. "We are the Lyrians," the translator rendered in text beneath the image. "Our civilization faces extinction. The Void Harvesters come. You must flee or help. There is no third option." 24 hours later, against direct orders from Earth Command to withdraw immediately, Captain Chen found herself aboard the alien vessel, separated from the vacuum by a translucent barrier that the Lyrians manipulated with mere thoughts. Her security team flanked her, weapons holstered but ready. The Lyrian leader, who called himself Isharan, moved with fluid grace as he led them deeper into the ship. "We have traveled for what you would measure as 17 of your Earth years," he explained, his thoughts translated by the remarkable device they'd provided. "Always staying ahead of the harvesters, always seeking allies." "And what exactly are these harvesters?" Amelia asked, noting the signs of battle damage even this deep within the ship. Isharan's colors darkened to deep blues and purples, They were once like us, a single species with a civilization. But they found something in the void between galaxies, something ancient and hungry. It changed them. Now they consume, not just resources or territories, but entire species. They harvest biological and technological uniqueness, assimilating it into their collective. Like a viral hive mind, Raman suggested, scanning the ship's interior with her specialized equipment. A simplification, but essentially correct. Asharan confirmed. They have consumed 37 known civilizations in our recording. Worlds stripped of life, turned into factories to produce more harvesters. We are among the last to maintain our freedom, and only because our psychic abilities allow us to detect their approach before they arrive. And now they're coming here, Emilia stated. It wasn't a question. Yes. We detected their scout vessels entering your solar system approximately 6 of your months ago. Your world has perhaps 1 Earth year before the main fleet arrives. The security team exchanged alarmed glances, but Emilia maintained her composure. Why warn us? Why not just continue running? Isharan's colors shifted to warm golds and ambers. Because you are different. We have observed your kind. Humans possess something unique in our experience, an adaptability, a creativity born of your evolutionary path. Your brains form connections in ways unlike any species we have encountered. He gestured, and a holographic display appeared, showing tactical data and what appeared to be battle simulations. Alone, the Lyrians will eventually fall. Alone, humanity will be consumed. Together, there is a small probability of survival. How small? Commander Jackson asked. Approximately 12.3%. Asharan replied without hesitation. Emilia almost laughed. Those are terrible odds. They are the best odds any species has ever had against the harvesters, Asharan countered. And they exist only if we combine our strengths immediately. Back aboard the Horizon, Emilia faced the rebellion of her senior officers. Earth Command had been explicit. Return to Earth immediately and prepare for potential defensive measures. We're not soldiers, Captain, Jackson argued. We're explorers. This ship wasn't built for battle. And Earth isn't prepared for what's coming, Emilia countered. By the time we get back, assemble a battle group, and return with proper forces, the Lyrians will be gone, and we'll have lost our only allies who understand this enemy. The Lyrians have technology we've never even imagined, Raman added. Their psychic abilities alone could revolutionize our defensive capabilities. We'd be going against direct orders, Security Chief Ortega pointed out. That's mutiny. Emilia looked around at the faces of her crew. I'm not ordering anyone to stay. I'll take full responsibility for this decision. Those who wish to return to Earth can take our long-range shuttle. It has enough FTL capacity to get you home. In the end, 17 crew members chose to return. The remaining 83 stayed aboard the Horizon. As the shuttle departed, Emilia opened a channel to the Lyrian vessel. We accept your alliance, she told Asharan. Now tell me what we need to do to improve those odds. The plan that emerged was desperate, borderline suicidal, but grounded in the unique strengths of both species. The Lyrians could detect the harvesters' movements through their psychic abilities and had developed shields that could temporarily resist their assimilation technology. Humans brought unpredictability, adaptability, and a stubbornness that the hive mind struggled to anticipate. Over the next 3 months, the Horizon was transformed. Lyrian technology integrated with human engineering created hybrid weapons and defense systems unlike anything either species had deployed before. The crew trained alongside Lyrian warriors, learning to coordinate with beings whose very thought processes were alien to them. They're coming, Asharan announced one morning, his colors pulsing with urgency. A scout fleet, 15 vessels. They've detected our presence. Emilia nodded, feeling the weight of command heavier than ever. Then it's time to test our preparations. We can't run. Earth is behind us. We fight. As the Horizon and the Lyrian vessel moved into defensive positions, Emilia addressed her crew one final time. I won't lie to you. Some of us won't survive this encounter. But today, we fight not just for our own species, but for every civilization that might fall after us if we fail. Today, we show these harvesters that humanity doesn't surrender, doesn't submit. Today, we become the defenders that the galaxy needs. The first harvester ships appeared on their sensors, black crystalline structures that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. The battle for humanity's future was about to begin. Humanity unleashed. The Harvester Scout fleet materialized like obsidian shards cutting through the fabric of space itself. 15 vessels arrayed in perfect formation, moving with the synchronized precision of a single organism rather than individual ships. All hands to battle stations, Captain Chen ordered, her voice steady. Shield harmonics cycling as planned. Weapons systems online. Beside the horizon, the Lyrian vessel glowed with psychic energy, its hull pulsing with colors that seemed to confuse the harvester's sensors. The plan was simple in concept, nearly impossible in execution. They needed to destroy the lead vessel, the local node of the hive mind, before the rest could adapt to their hybrid tactics. They're scanning us, Raman reported from her station, attempting to analyze our combined technology. Now, Isharan, the Milia commanded through their communication link. The Lyrian vessel surged forward, releasing a pulse of psychic energy that momentarily disrupted the Harvester's network. In that fraction of a second of confusion, the Horizon launched its first attack, missiles enhanced with Lyrian technology that phased in and out of normal space, making them nearly impossible to track. 3 Harvester vessels were hit, their crystalline structures fracturing under the impact. But the victory was short-lived. The remaining ships quickly adapted, extending energy fields that caught the next wave of missiles in mid-flight, disintegrating them. They're learning, Davenport warned. Then we change the game, Amelia replied. Execute maneuver Theta 9. The Horizon dove beneath the enemy formation, while the Lyrian vessel circled above. Both ships fired simultaneously, creating a crossfire that trapped 4 more Harvester vessels in a web of destructive energy. But as those ships fell, the remaining 8 released swarms of smaller craft, bioorganic drones that moved with terrifying speed toward both Allied vessels. Boarding parties, Security Chief Ortega recognized with dread. They're trying to assimilate us directly. The next hours were chaos. The Horizon's crew fought desperately as Harvester drones breached the hull in multiple locations. The creatures were nightmare amalgamations of biological and technological components, former living beings now corrupted into extensions of the hive mind. Fighting alongside humans, the Lyrian warriors demonstrated their species' abilities in combat. Psychic blasts that temporarily disrupted the drone's connection to their central intelligence. But for every drone they defeated, 3 more took its place. In the midst of battle, Commander Jackson made a discovery that would change everything. Captain, he called over the comm system from engineering. The drones that directly contacted Lyrians who were using their psychic abilities. They're malfunctioning. Something about the combination of human technology and Lyrian psychic energy creates a feedback loop in their systems. Raman, defending the science lab with a makeshift energy weapon, confirmed the observation. It's more than that. The Harvesters are trying to assimilate both our consciousness patterns simultaneously, and they're incompatible within their processing architecture. Emilia, bleeding from a gash across her forehead, felt the first glimmer of real hope. Can we weaponize that effect? Theoretically, Raman replied, ducking as a drone crashed through the laboratory doors. But we'd need direct access to their command node, the lid ship. Then that's where we're going, Emilia decided. Jackson, Raman, meet me in Shuttle Bay 2. Ortega, hold the bridge. If we're not back in 30 minutes, take the Horizon and the surviving crew to Earth. They'll need everything we've learned. The suicidal plan came together in minutes, using a Lyrian shuttle, smaller and less detectable than human craft. Emilia, Jackson, Raman, and 3 Lyrian warriors, including Isharan himself, would breach the Harvester command vessel. Once aboard, Raman would deploy a device that combined human EMP technology with focused Lyrian psychic energy, creating a cascading disruption through the hive mind. The probability of survival is below 3%, Isharan noted as they boarded the shuttle, his colors a resolute deep blue. Then we'd better work fast, Emilia replied with a grim smile. The infiltration was a nightmare of narrow corridors pulsing with organic technology, chambers filled with half-processed victims from dozens of species, and constant attacks from Guardian drones. 2 of the Lyrian warriors fell before they reached the central chamber, a massive spherical space dominated by a crystalline structure that pulsed with dark energy. The node, Isharan confirmed, his psychic abilities clearly causing him pain this close to the Harvester consciousness. Raman worked frantically to prepare their device, while Jackson and Emilia defended their position against waves of increasingly frantic drones. The hive mind knew they were there, knew they posed an existential threat, but couldn't predict what they planned. "It's ready," Raman announced finally, connecting the last component. "But there's a problem. Someone needs to remain to initiate the sequence and ensure it completes. The process takes approximately 60 seconds, and the system needs to be manually adjusted throughout to counter the Harvester's attempts to disable it." Silence fell among the survivors as the implication became clear. "I'll do it," Emilia said before anyone could volunteer. "I'm the captain. This is my responsibility." "Emilia," Jackson began, but she cut him off. "That's an order, Commander. Get our people out of here. Make sure Earth is ready for what's coming. The main Harvester fleet will still arrive eventually." As the others prepared to retreat, Isharan approached Emilia. "Your mind," he said softly. "It burns brighter than any human I have encountered. The loss of such a consciousness is a tragedy for the universe." Emilia smiled. "Then make sure it's worth something. Take what we've learned here and help us save both our peoples." After the others had gone, Emilia stood alone before the pulsing crystal core of the Harvester consciousness. As she activated the device, the node seemed to sense its impending destruction. Tendrils of dark energy reached toward her, attempting to assimilate her mind even as the disruption began. "You cannot comprehend what you oppose," a voice spoke directly into her thoughts. "We are eternal. We are inevitable. All consciousness will join the unity." "Not today," Emilia replied, adjusting the final settings on the device as the tendrils wrapped around her body. "And not humanity." The explosion wasn't physical. It was a wave of combined psychic and electromagnetic energy that tore through the Harvester network at the speed of thought. The command node shattered, and with it, the coordinated intelligence of the scout fleet collapsed. Aboard the Horizon, the crew watched in awe as the Harvester vessels began to drift aimlessly, their synchronized movements disintegrating into chaos. Some turned on each other, firing weapons in random patterns. Others simply went dark, their systems completely shut down. "She did it," Jackson whispered, staring at the tactical display. "But at what cost?" In the aftermath, as the combined fleet of human and Lyrian ships salvaged what they could from the derelict Harvester vessels, Raman made another groundbreaking discovery. The distinctive pattern of human neural activity, when combined with Lyrian psychic resonance, created a template that could be replicated and distributed as a sort of vaccine against Harvester assimilation. Captain Chen didn't just win us this battle. She explained to the assembled officers and Lyrian representatives. She gave us the key to winning the war. 6 months later, when Earth's defense fleet encountered the main Harvester armada, they were prepared. Ships equipped with the Chen Protocol disrupted the hive mind's coordination, while weapons developed from salvaged Harvester technology targeted their vulnerabilities. The battle was devastating, with heavy losses on the human side, but the Harvesters were driven back for the first time in their long history of consumption. Word spread across the galaxy. Species that had hidden in fear for generations emerged to join what became known as the Galactic Coalition. The Lyrians shared their psychic techniques with dozens of compatible species, while humans provided the technological innovation and tactical unpredictability that kept the harvesters off balance. 5 years after Captain Amelia Chen's sacrifice, humanity had gone from an isolated civilization on the edge of the galaxy to the linchpin of an interstellar alliance. Human adaptability, combined with the unique abilities of their alien allies, transformed a desperate last stand into the foundation of a new era. On Earth, in the plaza outside the newly constructed coalition headquarters, a simple monument stood. A statue of Amelia Chen, her hand extended not in conquest, but in alliance. With the words, "From a simple call for help, humanity found its place among the stars." The Void Harvesters continue to exist at the edges of known space, diminished but not destroyed. But now, whenever their scout ships approached a populated system, they encountered the same message broadcast on all frequencies. This world is protected. Humanity stands with its allies. Turn back. And more often than not, they did.